Hello folks, welcome to my channel. Today's actually the last day I get to ride my Indian Scout 60. I told you in another video previously this could have been the last ride. Well, today is actually the last ride. I'm trading her in back to the dealership I bought. Let's roll the video and talk about this bike.
You think you know me?
Alright folks, this is it. Last time I'm riding my Indian Scout 60. I hate to trade it in, but found something else I wanted. I'm not going to tell you what that is. I'm going to do a separate video for that. A couple people know that are in my close circle. It's something I've wanted. I still would have liked to kept this, but you know, I got 57,000 miles almost on this 7-year-old bike. You know, a bike that was never meant to travel. Took me to Sturgis, took me out toward Devil's Tower, Wyoming on that trip. I went through maybe 12 or 13 states in all the time I've had this bike. It's been a great bike. Like I've said in previous posts on my Instagram and stuff, I got to meet some great people. I got to be part of Indian motorcycle world. They're the ones that actually got me into buying this bike. I watched a lot of their videos, you know, Meatball Rebel and Bearded Bobber. Just to name a couple. Brandon Picasso. Haven't met Brandon yet. I got to meet the other two. But, you know, a lot of other people that are part of that group. I don't want to forget anybody's name, but right now I'm actually in kind of a hurry. I'm running late. I moved up my appointment with the dealership because it's actually sunny out today. Yesterday up here on the hill, it was snowing out, man. We didn't get snow in town in Nipa, but I was at my other job and I kept seeing people coming off the hill with like tons of snow and shit. So today is like the only nice day out that I actually have to go trade in my old bike to a new bike. So I'd hate to ride the new bike home in salty, crappy roads. The roads still look like they have a little bit of stuff on them, but again, I don't want to mention what that bike is. A lot of people probably figure it out anyway if they're actually people that have watched my channel long enough to know. If you know what it is, don't tell anybody yet. I want to keep it a secret, obviously, for the next video. Indian Scout 60, absolutely no regrets buying this bike, man. Like I said, you know, people say, oh, you're not supposed to travel on these. Well, guess what? I did. Go look at the videos. I've got videos going all the way across the country almost. Yeah! You know, it's been great. I didn't even do a few of the modifications that I did until after I came back from the trip, and you know, I didn't have these handlebars on there. I love these Dean Speed's Titus bars. I'm having a hard time finding handlebars for my next bike though. I may have to go through the dealership and just get standard like ape hangers or something. Probably gonna end up getting the same sissy bar I have on the back of this. The Dean Speed sissy bar has been great. But I mean, you can go through my list. This is probably gonna be the last video on my Indian Scout 60 list. You know, I'm gonna keep it up there. And of course, if anybody has questions about, you know, things to do with the Indian Scout 60, then by all means, you know, I had no regrets. I love every modification I did to this. I'm somewhat excited to be doing some of the same modifications to the next bike. I don't have to do quite as many things to the next bike because it already has a lot of the stuff on there that I have on here already. There are a few things I took off here though. Like I took my GPS off. I took my handguards off because those will fit on there. I put my stock chrome mirrors back on here because I wanted to keep the black ones. The other bikes got chrome. I wanted to have black on there. Sorry, Blackie Lawless, but of course you all know that story that have been following me long enough. I actually came up with the name Blackie Lawless the day I bought this bike in 2018. Almost exactly 7 years ago because I brought it home in April of 2018. First song that popped in my head riding this thing home was Love Machine by Wasp, and of course the singer's Blackie Lawless, and so it stuck. So that's been the name of this bike. I'm hoping I have that same magic as soon as I jump on the next bike. Yeah, trying to stay on some of these main roads. I'm hoping they're a little clear. But yeah, this whole area up here yesterday had a bunch of snow and shit on it, so kind of hoping there's not much gravel and stuff. I'm going to probably bring this new bike directly home the same way just because, you know, I got to get used to riding it, and hopefully I'm not there too long, because right now it's only like in the 50s and it'll probably be 40s, a couple hours going through there. I'm hoping the paperwork's mostly done when I get there. So, but yeah, I've done all kinds of modifications on this. I've never gotten an official sponsor or anything for doing this, but would have been nice to be ambassador. I understand, like, there's the people that are ambassadors that are absolutely outstanding. You know, they get to devote more time to doing the YouTube stuff, and they've kept their channel focused on the Indian products. So I got some good friends that do that stuff. Yeah, don't let the sunshine fool you. It's not super warm out today. But this is actually the 4th time I've gotten to ride this bike for 2025. The last 3 times were in March. This is mid-April now. So this gives me a little bit of time though, because the other bike, like I said, I got to order some stuff and get it set up, and I'll be taking my first road trip with it to VAM like I've done with this bike for 4 years. I got to do 4 years of VAM with this. My 5th year at VAM will actually be new bike. But one last jaunt down some of these back roads. Actually not too bad. There's a little bit of gravel on them, but like I said, about the only thing I've ever bought for this bike that I didn't like was the easy brackets that were on my first set of saddlebags, and I actually replaced them twice because you're kind of stuck with it once you drill holes in your Viking bags. I love my Viking hard bags, but I'm going to tell you now, I got the Viking soft bags that are on here that are hard mounted to the bike. I noticed when I took my sheepskin off that one of the saddlebags is cracked in the back. So, and I'm using their hardware. I'm telling you, if you buy Viking bags at this point, I don't know if I want to do any more product reviews for them. The bags themselves were supposed to be waterproof, but they were not. Like, my stuff would get wet. So the Velcro didn't hold up on these bags, and the left saddlebag, like I said, by the mount is cracked. So not good. Not good, folks. I wouldn't buy these again. The bike I got's having the factory bag, so I don't have to worry about that, as long as they're big enough to fit all my crap that I carried back and forth to work. So other than that, everything's been great on here. I mean, PB3 tuner, SNS intake. You can hear those Crusher Maverick pipes. Still sound good. I got my Mustang seat on here. Next bike's probably going to end up with a Mustang seat and backrest, because I can't get a backrest on the factory seat, unfortunately. I've tried looking for a couple weeks. Even before I knew I was going to buy the bike, I was kind of shopping for parts for it already. So, but I don't know. Been a great bike, man. I'm hoping somewhere down the line I can buy another one. Like, the next bike I'm getting is obviously bigger. It's going to be more suited for being on the road and probably smoother for sure. So smooth. This bike's still smooth. Hey, one last time hitting a semi-curvy road. I got to watch the gravel though, folks. I probably shouldn't be hammering on it, especially I'm trading it in. I'm almost to the dealership though, so one last time with Blackie Lawless on my YouTube channel. Maybe somebody else will start a YouTube channel based off buying this bike, man. It might encourage somebody to start their own. That's what did it for me. Let's say I'm hoping the other bike actually will do the curves halfway decent. Let's say when I did the demo ride on said bike, I didn't really get to do any real curvy roads up in Buffalo. So there's another hint for you, folks. I also want to mention I had a couple updates I wanted to do on this bike this year and I never got to them. So if anybody's interested in still watching this video at this point, I still have the progressive springs for the front of the 2018 Indian Scout 60. I also have the All Balls Racing seal kit for it. And I got like 3 quarts of the fork oil. I was going to kind of get around to it this year. I didn't. I also bought a set of coils and spark plugs. I was going to do that. So, you know, I just never got to get that shit done, man. I got busy with all the other projects in life. And of course, when the weather got nicer, that's what I did. I went out and rode the bike. That definitely needs the front springs done on it. That's about the only thing left factory on this that could have been changed that I didn't do. So, but this is it, folks. The final stretch to the dealership. I'm gonna take a couple last pictures of it, say my goodbyes, and spend probably next 2 hours doing legal bullshit, signing paperwork and all that fun stuff that doesn't come with buying a new vehicle. And here's your last clue of what I'm getting. If you haven't figured it out by now, there's the dealership, right back where Blackie Lawless came from. Indian Motorcycle of Erie, PA. All right, folks, thanks for tuning in. Goodbye, Blackie Lawless. You've been an absolutely amazing motorcycle. Bye for now.